Hello, my name is Zephyr. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning, Zephyr. My name is Diego Ramirez.
Thank you. Now, let's begin. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about your work or studies. Do you work or are you a student?
I work in software sales, helping companies find the right solutions. Honestly, it's like preparing a new pitch deck every day, constantly presenting and trying to close deals. It's intense, but I enjoy it.
I see. What do you like most about your job?
I absolutely love the problem solving aspect. Every client has a unique challenge, so it's incredibly satisfying to design a solution that actually works for them. Plus, closing a deal gives me a real rush, like hitting that perfect pitch deck presentation. It's great. Then I can grab some tacos afterwards.
That sounds very rewarding. Is there anything about your job you would change?
The paperwork, definitely. I mean, sometimes the administrative side can feel like CDMX traffic, just slow and frustrating. I'd much rather be focused entirely on clients? But it's part of the game.
Okay, now let's talk about websites. How often do you use the internet?
Oh, constantly. Practically every waking moment. Between work calls, checking my emails, or even just researching new leads. I'm always online. It's essentially the foundation of my day.
And what websites do you use most often?
Definitely LinkedIn. That's my primary source for networking. Also, I use my company's CRM software a lot, keeping track of deals. For relaxation, maybe a bit of YouTube, watching something about cars. Always something to optimize.
Is there anything you don't like about using the internet?
Yes. Actually, I dislike how distracting it can be. You start looking for a piece of data and end up falling down a rabbit hole of interesting articles, like getting caught in that endless traffic jam again. It's hard to stay focused on the task at hand sometimes. You have to be very disciplined.
Okay, let's move on to sports programs. Do you watch any sports on TV?
Honestly, not much at all. Between work and family, I prefer to spend my free time being active. If I do watch something, maybe a big soccer match, like the World Cup, when the national team plays, it's like our biggest team presentation.
That's understandable. Have you ever watched a sporting event live?
Yes, absolutely. I've been to a few soccer games here in Mexico City. The atmosphere is incredible. The energy from the crowd is like a really successful presentation. It's totally different from watching on television, much more immersive. I highly recommend it. Maybe after hitting a sales target.
That sounds exciting. Do you think there are any benefits to watching sports on TV compared to live events?
Oh, absolutely. There are massive benefits. For one, you get replay analysis, different angles, so you can understand the strategy much better. Like reviewing key moments in a demo. It's also vastly more convenient and cheaper. You can stay comfortable at home, avoiding all the crowds and the traffic. It's more efficient.
Thank you. Now we move on to part two. I'll give you a topic to talk about for 1 to 2 minutes. You'll have 1 minute to prepare first. Ready?
Yes, I understand.
Great. Here's your topic. Describe a time when you were stuck in a traffic jam. You now have 1 minute to prepare. I'll tell you when to start. Start speaking now.
Okay. Well, when I started in sales, I was driving to meet a really important client for a demo, someone I'd been trying to get in front of for months. I was feeling good, practiced my presentation, and then suddenly everything stopped on the main highway through the city. CDMX traffic is normal, but this was like hitting a brick wall, just absolute gridlock. I was watching the clock, panicking that I would miss this huge opportunity. My heart was racing, and I tried to call their office, but even the reception was poor. Eventually, it cleared up just enough that I arrived completely late, sweating but trying to look professional. I had to pitch right away and salvage the relationship. It was one of the most stressful experiences of my career, much worse than any tough question. Now I always plan my route with a backup, sometimes even two, or I just take the metro. Anything to avoid that feeling of being trapped.
Thank you. And do you often have to travel for work?
Actually, my current role is mostly remote, so I don't travel as much as I used to. Most of my client meetings are done over video calls, which saves a lot of time and avoids that terrible traffic. Though sometimes I miss the face to face interaction. Closing a deal in person is quite rewarding. Now it's mostly taco time after a big win.
And was there anything else you learned from that experience?
Hmm. Thinking about it, I really learned the importance of contingency planning. Always have a plan B, even a plan C in place, just in case things don't go according to the pitch deck. It also taught me to be more flexible and adaptable in general, because unforeseen situations happen all the time, whether in traffic or in a sales call. You have to roll with it.
Thank you. Now, do you think the highways will help reduce traffic jams?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, building more highways might actually attract more cars. Like expanding a product's features attracts more users, eventually creating more congestion again. I think the real solution might be investing more in better public transportation, or encouraging people to work remotely to get cars off the road. It's about optimizing the system as a whole.
That's interesting. How can we solve the traffic jam problem apart from public transport?
Hmm, I think better urban planning could make a huge difference. If residential areas, businesses, and services were more integrated, people wouldn't need to commute so far. Also, promoting flexible work hours or work from home policies can significantly spread the traffic load throughout the day, rather than everyone traveling at peak times. It's about flattening the demand curve, like managing server capacity.
Are good ways to manage traffic?
Definitely. I mean, implementing smart traffic light systems that adjust in real time based on actual flow can really help, like using data to optimize performance. Also, using variable message signs to warn drivers about accidents or congestion can help them reroute, smoothing things out. It's about actively managing the network.
Do you think developing public transport can solve traffic jam problems?
Absolutely, I believe it can be a huge part of the solution. If you provide reliable, comfortable, and fast public transport, more people will choose that over driving, taking cars off the road and, reducing congestion significantly. It's about presenting a better alternative to the single occupancy vehicle, much like offering a superior software solution wins over clients.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.